Welcome back, all you warriors. Another beautiful day here. Another episode of Elite Landscapes, Life Stories. We are into our Mulch Madness series for the next couple weeks. So, if you want to learn how to pimp out your properties, make them beautiful, nice and smooth, have those edges stand out compared to the competition that's around you, hey, tune in these videos and I'll do my best to help. I'm not promising anything. I'm just out here working like y'all are. So, I want to make one thing clear. The warrior class that I keep talking about, it's females, it's males, it's young, it's old. It's all of us out here that keep striving our hardest every single day of life to be the best people we can, help people out, and grow within ourselves in the understandings of why we're here on this earth and what our purposes are. That being said, we have 10 scoops of mulch to put down here on this property, and we just released a video on the trimming aspect of this property. A lot of hand pruning involved, and if you missed that video, catch it out. Catch it up? No, check it out. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say, check it out. And we're gonna do our best to just point out some things that'll help you guys along the way. Like this property, they don't pay for hard spade edges, but I throw in a nice hardcore weeded edge and it does the job for what this client wants. Let me show you. I came through and weeded this edge down last Thursday, which was what, 4 or 5 days ago, and it'll be fine. You know, it'll hold the mulch in. It's not the best looking edge, but it ain't the worst either. I already mulched up here yesterday, and that's what we got going on. It doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look up to my personal standards that I like to have. But honestly, guys, if the client doesn't want to pay for those deep edging and the time that's involved, don't be worried about it. Just do what you can do to make the place look good. I don't necessarily charge to put these weeder edges in, all right? I just do it. So, yeah. If it were me, I'd definitely cut those things out with a hand spade and make it nice and straight, just like y'all should want to do on your own properties. So before I get started mulching, I want to show you these Diablos that I mentioned in the last video, and maybe the video before last. Show you the buds that are coming out on them. They grow on old wood, so the new buds come out on last year's growth. So if you're curious, go ahead and Google some information on new wood and old wood growth on plants and bushes. Educate yourself. That's one of our mottos here. We educate ourselves nonstop. I'm getting to work. So we got Dalton over there slinging the last couple wheelbarrows of this first 5 scoops. And this place is looking nice, I think. In my opinion, for not having big old crispy established edges, I think it turned out nice. All that right there is ground covering that'll come up in those bare spots. Job well done on this bed here. And we got this bed over here finished up. And once again, when you don't have the edge, I usually drop big piles on the edge and kind of fluff it to where it gives it a nice raised appearance. And you know, much better than just slopping it down, in my opinion. And I'll show you what I call the worm, the mulch worm. We'll show you that here later on. But right now, it's about lunchtime, and Yeah, see, that looks like it has an edge, but it doesn't. There's no edge there. But it does require me on my hands and knees, which, getting older, being on your knees is not fun. So it's about 11:30 right now, and we're gonna roll out, grab another trailer load, eat some lunch, and come back and maybe get some mulching footage for you. Finally, it's kind of windy today. Kind of hard to keep that tripod from falling over, but we'll do our best. Stay tuned. All right, after lunch, let's have a little show and tell on how good the weed or edging does here at this property, real quick before we get started mulching. By the time I get through laying the worm down, this edge should turn into a nice little mulch bed. And it's not time consuming at all. I ran around probably 5 minutes today, and it took me maybe 20 minutes the other day when I was here. So we'll definitely let you see the end results. And we're getting ready to start mulching. See? Looks like there's an edge there. Not with the shovel, just with the weed eater. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this technique that I do that, in my personal opinion, helps me bling out the mulch beds and make them look nice and plush, and gives the perception that the bed is nice and full of mulch, even if it's just the edge of it that's nice and full and the rest of it's just painted. As we all know, most of the time if you've had beds for years and years, you're just putting a painted layer on here. So I call it the worm effect. I'll show you real quick. So right here, it's just flat. This is what we start out with. And you can tell there's no depth to the bed at all. And I come through here and put piles. After we mulch the rest of it, I lay piles on the whole edge. And I come back and I hand spread those piles. And I hand spread them to make them perfect on the edge. So after I do that, this is what it looks like. And then I'll come through and tamp it and smooth it all out with the steel hard rake. Okay, just my way of making it bling when you don't have that deep perfect edge and there's no shape up to the bed. So one of the big differences that we do is we come through, and as you can see, Ian is tamping the edges and just lightly packing it down. It makes a huge difference in the overall appearance of the mulch. And over here on Dalton's side, this has water runoff sometimes, which pushes mulch down, and going through and tamping it with this rake prevents that from happening. I use the hardwood mulch, and it packs in there nice. It just, once you pack it, it's not moving the rest of the season. I can accidentally have grass blow in there, or you know, when you're weed eating the edge, grass flies in there a little bit. If you take the time to do this, when you go back and blow that grass that accidentally went in there, it just disappears. It like just disappears, and no mulch moves at all. It's not stuck in the mulch, and the place looks the same. So here's that huge hydrangea bush that we had trimmed back, and yeah. So if you take the time to use a weed eater, thicken up the edges of the mulch. You don't necessarily have to have a spade edge to make the place look good and clean and crisp. All right. Not everybody wants to pay the extra money that it takes to put the labor involved in those hardcore edges. So I'm getting ready to get off here, clean up with a blower, and call it a day. 12 scoop job.
What?
Right.
Sorry, I was listening to music. I'm rocking out.
So I will say this much. It's been a beautiful day out that God blessed us with to work. And if you're throwing down mulch, doing this hard work, make sure you get paid accordingly. The mulch that I'm putting down right now is dyed brown hardwood. Retail is $50 a scoop, and for us to come purchase, deliver, and install, it's anywhere from $120 to $130. So try your best to hit those numbers with all your clients, and yes, do people favors whenever you feel like you should. That's the way we're supposed to treat people, right? As always, be good if you can, always be kind, and above all, love each other. Late landscape style. Peace. If you would like to support the channel, go ahead and check out our merch link and see what you can find on there. Always much love and respect. Peace.